have Vacation and Purgatory against the Rantners here tonight. The matches have been picked. I don't know what maps were banned, but we are here on Battlefield of Eternity here, and I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume that team number one, team number two,
Purgatory.
picked
the Rantners.
picked the map.
They did. It was a ban on Volskaya by the Rantners, and a ban on Towers of Doom by Vacation in Purgatory.
Yeah, as of course in the Nexus Rumble, we have a little bit of variation on what can be picked and played. So you know, it just helps shake things up a little bit, doesn't it? Oh, this map pool's really interesting. We've still got Alterac and Sky Temple left, right?
Yes, we do indeed. But Kex asked a very important question that I do feel a need to address. He did want to know just how innovative the Nexus Rumble was. And oh my god, is it innovative? It is, some have said, the most innovative tournament, not just in HOTS history, not just in esports history, not even in sports history, but in galactic history. There has never been a more innovative tournament than this one. So if you're thinking, man, Monday evenings are a little bit slow, there's not a lot going on in my life yet, come on down, sign up for the Nexus Rumble. I will literally say thank you to you in a chat somewhere if you tell me you've done it. Just ping Transparent, not me, don't ping me, ping Transparent. I'll thank you through the medium of Transparent's account. It'll be fantastic. I think we're ready to go.
I think we hopefully are. I mean, I'm not in charge of the lobby. So we'll wait and see what we're going to have here. Vacation and Purgatory versus the Rantners. Oh.
That was the solution we were all looking for there, wasn't it? VIP versus the Rantners. I mean, I've kind of not done a very good job of hiding my prejudice. So it's time for you to balance this and be Team Azok. He's the mod for the Rumble, right? Someone's got to support him.
His mod, his manager. He is fantastic. Looks like teams are ready. Maybe, hopefully, goodness me.
Look, they hire me for my filler pieces, and once again, I've disappointed. And that's
Are there some
my skill set.
German-only speaking teams? Steph Fush, there are some German-only speaking teams. This will get to you 20 seconds later.
I think, are there Rantners German? I know that the old German efficiency that have now changed their name to a literal German name are all German.
Well, no, they're not all German. That's the problem.
Oh, they're not?
It's German efficiency in Danish.
Oh.
That's what their name now means.
It's a good meme. I completely missed that. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So Eternity! He's nothing if not professional. Boo Azok, I want Kex to win.
Let's go, Azok and his team. There will be predictions coming up at some point. I have to just get that all ready for you.
I'm going to wear my red hat. It's the Santa hat. Don't worry about it too much. I'm Team Red. I haven't got a red shirt on. Oh, well.
I've just got a Sniper Elite 5 t-shirt on, out now on Steam, Windows Store, Game Pass, Xbox, PlayStation, you name it.
Very cool. Is this the game that they had a very, very impressive community consultant for?
Yeah, they have a great community
Potentially
support.
the best community consultant ever. Or was that a different game? I don't know. I don't pay enough attention.
No, yeah, this is I work for these guys. Yeah.
Valor and Stukov banned. Valor ban makes a lot of sense of Battlefield of Eternity. Her race is minted, especially post 7 if you go Q build. You should never go Q build as an aside because it's boring and rubbish and yucky. But if you're not me and you can actually play the hero in a way that doesn't require 30% move speed because you don't randomly hit your positioning on a 5-second timer, Q build's quite good on this map. Stukov, on the other hand, quite good on every map. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I don't think it is, though. It's Stukov, good hero. Greymane. Okay, so the blue team want to deny races from the Rantners. Probably they have a racer in mind. It might be the Reyna, because that's still up. But they're trying to deny the big bursty races, right? The Valor, the Greymane. So they want to make this map more about team fighting, or force them onto something like a Reyna, which, while it does race, doesn't have that same burst potential. And so you can really bully teams out a little bit more when they go that way.
Yep, so now the final ban here is going to be Rhaegar. So 2 supports, 2 racers. What is going to be the first pick here for Vacation in Purgatory? And it's going to be Johanna, interestingly, on Battlefield of Eternity.
I don't love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good pick. But with stuff like Blaze, Hanzo, Ming, Jimmy is now much more high prio. Anduin's prio just shot through the roof. If you've got a Lucio player, his prio is nasty. There's the Anduin. And Sylvanas, she's made a lot more high prio with the double assassin ban too. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. They haven't hard punished here. It's not like the Varian Ming rotation that makes you go, oh man, why am I playing Johanna right now?
Yeah, so with that, you know, they're going to be able to do a little bit. Maybe they will go instead for Holy Word Salvation now that they have the end of it. It's not that great against Johanna either. It's just never good. Cassia comes out here, so that's that double blind here. Azok on the Malfurion. I always think Cassia's a scary pick to go for on Battlefield of Eternity. She doesn't really have great race. She doesn't have that great sort of long-range poke that Li Ming has. And she's sort of... Yeah, it's sort of... You feel like she has these qualities, but she doesn't, if you get what I mean, Luca.
Yeah. I am always a believer that one of your assassins has to race, and the other one should be a bully under the Immortal. And I think Cassia is definitely a bully under the Immortal. With the Reyna ban, they're starting to run out of races, and I do think the Cassia pick was early. Like, I think that should have been a Jim Reyna Malfurion rotation and looking to slot the Cassia in later. But Supernova is one of those assassins that likes to play strange and slightly off-meta stuff. He loves his Jaina and his Mephisto, his Orphea, I think his 4-man Malthael, which I have to say I'm also a fan of as a pick, even though I know it's int. Man, it feels so wrong to see Blaze Hanzo picked after Sylvanduin.
Yeah, well, this is the lower rumble. This is the lower rumble, Luca, and we see things that perhaps we don't expect, perhaps we're not quite used to. But yeah, with Hanzo and Blaze here picked up, that's a pretty good rounding off of the composition. Just left with the tank on the side of the Rantners. Now the last 2 picks with Lorithalon going for not Thrall. It's going to be Thrall for the other one, and Chromie here. So very damage heavy on the side of the Reds, the Blues even.
I do feel I should explain my flame of the red side draft there a little bit, because it is harsh, and a lot of people are going to be thinking, well, Anduin Sylvanas makes a lot of sense and it's fine. The reason that you pick Blaze early is because he's so flexible. And it's the Hanzo Blaze opener is just so much more flexible. And if you wanted to play Anduin Sylv anyway, then you can pick them later on, pretty much uncontested.
Well, I think Anduin is contested in this scenario.
That's true. That's true.
And I think yeah, you're right that maybe Sylvanas maybe not as much, but yeah, it's sort of the thing. Like they're obviously prioritizing Sylvanas, very powerful on this map as well, and been very powerful with Johanna. I think it does make sense, and you know they're very fortunate to have got the Hanzo and Blaze. Perhaps you would have hoped to have seen instead of Cassia Mouth, Hanzo Blaze on the other side of things. I think that's sort of where we can really sort of lie in the terms of analysis. But as we go here to the loading screen, Muradin was picked up last. What are you thinking, Luca? Still on Team Red?
Kex is playing Hanzo. Game's over. Don't know what you're talking about. There's no point in even analysing anything else, right? Nah, it's a favoured draft in my mind for the red team. The Blaze, Sylvanas, and Hanzo combination has a lot of lockdown for frontliners. Cassia and Thrall are both low health frontliners, and Malfurion, whilst he is often played like a backliner, somewhat successfully, every Malfurion player knows deep down in their heart that at every given moment they want to play him like a frontliner. I think it's going to be a tough one for the blue team.
Yeah, well, speaking of the blue team, here they come here on map number 1 of the Nexus Rumble lower series. We have Madmorth on Johanna, Supernova on Cassia, Lorithalon on the Chromie, Azok on Malfurion, and on Thrall it is Virus.
And the red team, don't blink. It's your Anduin. Alibaba, he's the Blaze. Jetsam J is the Sylvanas. Holy Chicken is our Muradin. And the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest caster ever to be liked by Luca. It's Kex! I like him. I think he's good trans.
He's good. I'm not sure whether you think I'm a great caster or if you like me now, but Nice.
Look, all right. All I'm saying is everyone gets to pick one except Kex. Kex is both.
Kex is
Kex
both.
is a brilliant caster, and I love him. You can choose which one you want to think I think of you. Cassie's got AA build. I like it. I would have liked to see Sleep from Malfurion. I know that Broccoli is funny and cool.
But Broccoli is getting damage against Sylvanas right now, and it's just a bit of harassment. And you know, it's versatile, but Sleep obviously very, very good, especially with the Chromie. You know, you can have the potential of Temporal Loop. There are a lot of sort of sources that you can do to have that additional.
I think you have to go Sands on this map. There's so many Sands jokes.
Of course. And you wouldn't want to be without them. There's a Sands joke for you. Sorry. On that note, Lorthaline, I've seen them play Chromie before, and it is a devastating way they can play. I think the potential here of the blue team, having this hard carry of Lorthaline on this Chromie, could be something to look out for.
I would have gone for Lorthalion.
At least it's not Lori the Lion, which is what I first said when I met them.
Oh, I'm going for Lori the Lion. That's much better. Yeah, Lori the Lion.
I don't think they appreciate it too much. Up in the top, Alibaba and Virus are dueling right now, and Virus is trying to put the pressure onto Alibaba. With Green Thrall, you definitely can do, but here in the bot lane, Holy Chicken tries to find the engage, tries to find it onto Azog, but there's the roots onto Hanzo, onto Anduin, and they're trying to put the damage here, but without the sleep, it's hard. Kex is looking lower. Supernova goes to try to find the finish, but Fen this early does not do the damage.
The Malfurion is able to keep everyone healthy more effectively than an Anduin, and so when everyone gets damaged, the red-blue team starts winning those trades. If the red team can focus their damage onto one target, you stress the Malfurion out a lot more, and a lot of those Moonfires end up trying to heal full health targets anyway. So they want to try and change that tact up a little bit, but it's really hard into Chromie not to just give away your health bars.
It so is, and you know, on the other side of it, when they get into these smaller chokes, it's going to be the very same from Hanzo. So right now, blue team doing good, clearing this wave, but they are going to be slightly slower doing the camp. No Supernova on Cassian, not quite as quick as doing the camp as Sylvanas and Anduin when they start about 60 seconds beforehand.
I do think that Hanzo should be doing the camp, not Sylv, once you get 4. It's a small thing, but Sylv's wave clear is actually better with her build, and Hanzo's camp clear is a lot better with his. But I guess they just really want to stack that W. Their camp was a couple of seconds early. The blue team's was a full 15 late. They're coming out ahead here. Kex is getting some free race right now because he's legendary and also my favorite. I love you, Boo.
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, but the blue team are like grouping together a little bit more, and they're trying to put the pressure on. Holy Chicken doing damage to Lorthaline, and it's going to be a tricky one. As Alibaba goes for the stun, they're trying to make sure they defend underneath his Immortal, while Hanzo and Sylvanas just do the race on the other side.
Indeed. It's come out just about favoured here for the blue team. No, for the red team. That might not carry on though, as Sylva's still handcuffed to race, whereas the blue team are all racing.
Yeah, that camp here on the bottom, that late timing really made sure that the Sylvanas went there. But even so, the defensive plays haven't come out, and actually the full 5-man race means that the blue team get the Immortal.
I mean, this is fine. You don't need first Immortal, but it's a nice little win for the red team, for the blue team. Their comps would have struggled to defend it too. Although Chromie's defense is actually fine. I think it shouldn't matter that much. I think they should get wall and not a lot more. Hanzo's able to get here in time. He needed to reset because Hanzo is one of the few heroes left in the game who has a mana bar that actually means something.
Well, I think the interesting thing here as well is to note that, of course, sorry, I'm not sure what I'm saying right now. I had something to note.
Level 7? But it's here for both sides now.
Level 7 here now for both sides. They are going to be pushing it. They are going to be trying to find something. I got distracted by someone saying broccoli in the chat, that's all.
I respect that.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we're going to see it a lot differently when we get to defensive positions of the Immortal. Chromie is going to really want to set up there quite nicely, try and get those stacks going for that level 1. Make sure they can try and get a little bit more extra DPS, you see, when you've got that extra DP on.
I'm actually surprised that we see Q build, not W build. I do think the W build is a lot stronger at the moment. I think that you want Chromie to deal damage to one kill target. I think that is what you draft her for, and I think W build does that better, right?
Yeah, I think it is essentially like a sort of pseudo race build, as we see Lorthion positioned a little bit far forward. Holy Chicken goes to try and punish it, but the rest of the red team not in position to follow up.
I'd argue it's not as good as racing as the W7 though, because the proper greeting requires the hero to be slowed and rooted.
Yeah.
And so adds 0 damage to Immortal.
I'm just theorizing, Luca. I'm just theorizing.
It's fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just calling you out as wrong on stream in front of 100 people, Trans. Nothing personal. I'm just calling you out as wrong.
Well, I'm not saying these are my opinions. I'm just saying that these might be the thoughts of Lorithalion. So, as we see now, we are having a good bit of bout going back and forth here between the Reds and the Blues in the bot lane. And the Blues have slowly won out here as they are doing a little bit of extra damage. Of course, that was helped by the Immortal earlier on. But now they're going for the siege camp. And it was a really good, quick decision making here from the Blues. But meanwhile, oh, they try to get on there. They do sneak on there. The time trap is there. They're going to try and find something here, but the damage is coming through. Not quite on there. Supernova is in danger, and they are going to find themselves going down. Maybe they can try and find a kill onto Kex. No, instead it's going to be on Holy Chicken. A Mura for a Cassia. That is a winning trade here for
Excellent
the Blues.
Anduin there. Slight cross purposes. Very nearly pulled Kex into the final Chromie W. I could see the car crash coming, but they got away with it. It didn't connect. It was all fine. It's a hard life for an Anduin player. Very thankless task. I think 10s are going to favour the red team aggressively. I think once Loop is up, once Bunker is up, Loop is going to be a lot less punishing. I think as Sylve gets more levels, she's going to be punished even less by it again. The number of Loop targets is going to go down pretty consistently over time.
Yeah, there's bad habits available, and also, of course, some stuns coming into Cassia as they get completely deleted. Good coordination here from the red team, trying to find some more with the Dragon's Arrow, but it doesn't quite connect. And now the red team can be happy with their kill and try and back off. They have the level 10 advantage still. They have Bunker, Light Bomb, Wailing Arrow, and Avatar. On the other side of things, we do see the Valkyrie here, as well as Earthquake. Usually you see sort of Earthquake maybe paired with the ball at the same time, but, you know, it could be good.
I do think Earthquake is making more sense here. I don't think Sundering is going to net them a fast kill into the Anduin. That's a really nice try. The charge doesn't quite hit Johanna. That was a kill if that connected. Here comes the Quake though. Murid still has the Avatar. Anduin praying in the middle of the battle, almost in trouble, just about able to get up in time. There's a kill for the race. That's fine. If they can get another one, that's massive. But Blaze has to drop the bunker. The Avatar comes out. Muradin jumps in. He looks low, but don't be fooled. There's over 800 health on that bad boy right now. The hero just has too much health that is undamaged. When he's undamaged to look like he's going to... He's fine. It's all good. That's what I'm trying to get at. Ara's back in 5. The blue team have to be careful here. They're only 4.
Yeah, they do have to be careful. And Johanna was the one who went down. Unable to pop their Blessed Shield as well, which would have really helped them getting a couple of kills there, maybe netting it. But, you know, the stuns one after the other from the red team were just too much. Really well played by the Reds. But unfortunately, they didn't get the Immortal, and that is what's pushing down right now. The red team could try and find some space here for the Blues. They find the connect. They get a lot of it. And out comes, of course, the rewind. As well, after the pull, means that Sylvana's still in danger, but she's going to get away for now. Oh, it was so close here from the blue team.
Red team going for the Dignitas strat. Who even needs your forts? They're overrated. Just give building slowly throughout the portion of the game so your opponents get cocky and you can win at 20. Very well executed so far, I have to say. They've pulled themselves the slight XP lead, which is of course the only fact that matters about this game. I'm an unbiased caster. Ask me anything.
Yep, so here, Vacation in Purgatory, taking this top camp. Once again, every time, as soon as they finish something, top camp, bot camp, one of the camps, they go do it. Really good decision making here from Vacation in Purgatory. The only thing they're lacking is just that little kill here and there where they really could try and find something. And maybe once we get to those later stages, maybe even if Chromie has Piercing Sands, that's when they're going to be able to pick up these kills.
You feel like it has to be Piercing Sands. You don't take Q1 without Piercing Sands.
You kind of feel it, right? You kind of feel it. You want to sort of get an extra 50% damage, essentially.
Then I felt it had to be Sands and it was Loop, so who knows? Maybe this is going to be the double Loop. Is that bug still in the game?
No, I don't think it is anymore.
That was a very funny bug.
Either way, we have the blue team trying to push down here with their camp. Now, this will be their attempt to confirm this. Madmorth going forward, they will find themselves being focused by the tower if they're not too careful. Out comes the Temporal Loop. Onto Holy Chicken. Instead, there comes the stun, the double arrow combo with the leap. They're looking for Malfurion, but the damage is going on to Madmorth as well. There's one kill. Can they find a second with Alibaba here on the flank? They get the stun onto Chromie as well. They kill Johanna after the flank as well. It looks like Chromie's going to go down. All they have to do is wait, and boom. Triple kill here for the Rantners.
Fantastic. I mean, you know, HGC tier arrow coming out there from Kex, and then a really genuinely great follow-up with the silver arrow paired on top of it. I do think double arrow is a really strong backline draft, and then once you can get the jumping Muradin with the light bomb on top of that, it kind of just really gives you a very strong engage. It's actually Thrall popping Earthquake, and that is required. He's going to get stunned by the Immortal. He's going to get rooted. Red team just a little bit too scared to engage. Blaze still getting the wave. Hanzo had gone to race. I think overall that call is wise, but that is a big cooldown trade. They used nothing and saw Earthquake.
Yeah, red team doing really well here to dance around the blues. I think they're starting to feel the pressure. People in the chat also saying how well coordinated those users of ults were at the bottom. And I absolutely agree. You know, when you hit a Dragon's Arrow, sometimes your team just say, you know, we can't make that one. But red team committed. Really well done for them. And that has netted them a slight advantage. But they just can't quite find anything on top of it right now. Out comes the Dragon's Arrow again. Hits onto Johanna. Not quite the target they wanted, but the blue team are split. Malfurion is on one side compared to the rest. Virus is falling lower and lower. The stun finds onto Cassia. Cassia in danger here, but Madmorth looking for the peel. Out comes the Dragon Wailing Arrow. They're looking. Cassia goes down. They're looking to try and find Chromie, but instead it's going to be Thrall again. A really good chase here by the Reds. Once they find that kill, they just push forward with the rest of the team. These guys are coordinating, Luca.
Especially the two backliners. I think the Muradin and the Anduin are waiting a little bit, and I think that's fair because their engage is pretty guaranteed. But the Silence Arrow is following Dragon Arrows really soon after, right? It's pretty much always silencing stunned targets, and that's what you want. That is a 2.5 second silence. Oh my god, that's so long still though. 2.5 seconds of silence, right? So if you miss half a second because they're stunned, that is definitely worth. It's very big. It's very good. I love it. Look, all right, my boy Kex, he's calling it every arrow, right? None of this silent AFK Hanzo. None of this Storm League Hanzo. This is the screaming Hanzo that we used to see. This is the Mena Hanzo where he's just shouting it's big every 3 seconds. I know Mena wasn't German. It's fine. The analogy holds.
So with the push in the top lane here, it's the first Immortal that the red team have ever got, but they weren't quite ready. And so all it gets is a front wall and maybe a Johanna if they're lucky. Tranquility having to be popped. The root is there, so is the stun. The pull comes out, but the jump as well. They do not realize they've got the temporal loop, perhaps, and they go down as well. Don't blink. Having to use light bomb, maybe getting out here. No, not at all. Thrall shutting them down. A good couple of kills here, absolutely needed for Vacation in Purgatory.
Yeah, that's really well played there by the blue team. The red team staying a little bit too long. Muradin not able to avatar in time. Not able to survive long enough, and so it pulled out before the loot came up. And I think just it's a shame when you lose the Anduin as well. That's what really hurts, right? Like Muradin was dead as soon as that loop came down. The rest of the team just have to recognize, and sometimes you have to sack your teammate. You have to be like, sorry, bro, you done died. Can we follow this up? Would have been nice to see the light bomb actually go onto Muradin to see if they could get the surprise stun. But I think you keep vision while you're looped, so it probably wouldn't have worked. My current favorite cheeky that I was talking about last week was the Dahaka dig with a light bomb. Because you see the Dahaka dig in the bush, right? And you're like, oh my god, we have to hug this. He's gonna pop up, and you don't see vision of him till he gets there. So he just appears and then insta bomb. I think it would be hilarious. And then you could contagion. Anyway, let's do this game as the red team are gonna lose this block fort.
Yeah, they are. And this is what the blue team have been doing. They're winning the structures. They're winning the Immortal. They're not winning the kills. They're down 3-8 in terms of kills, behind on XP. But essentially, they are winning the game as the structures are falling. Now, the Immortal comes up in 10 seconds. The red team have their bruiser camp available. The blue team might think about what are they doing. They've checked it. They know that they're not. So instead, the blue team just getting in race position. And that's absolutely what they should be doing right now.
Red team are going to give half time to fix map. I don't normally love this call, but they were already late, right? I think when you're on time and you make this call, it's a bit sad, but if you're late anyway, they wouldn't have been able to stop this. And so they make the best of a bad situation, although maybe not as the stun comes out. Calcia is the target. She falls. That's executed fantastically. The loop can't confirm the counter kill onto Kex. Lorithalion looking for that, not able to find it. Muradin just jumping away. Kex with a huge scatter there. Stun onto 2 in the backline. They're also low. Johanna goes down next, and oh my god, did the Rantners turn up to play today.
They absolutely did. They saw that the lower rumble was on and they wanted to win some games. And here we see them maybe making the turn here after another couple of kills for the Reds. They can try and get themselves a little bit of an immortal.
This is a more common than you'd expect BoE pattern though, where one team starts off getting kills and the other one can do the objective. And because the kill timer is so short in the early game, your kills don't add up enough. And so you could see the half-level lead that was slowly growing for the red team, but they weren't able to do anything with the macro just yet. But now they get those kills just around halftime. The second half is completely free for them. So they get a half-shield immortal, and Blaze can clean up the map, and their blue team just have to watch.
Yeah, half shield immortal down onto this full health fort. They'll have a little bit of breathing room to be able to try and defend some of it, but this fort is almost definitely going, and it's just whether how much damage goes on to that external wall here on the top keep.
Blaze wanted to play for double fort, but Thrall stayed bot side, and so instead he's coming up. The time trap misses onto Blaze, which is unfortunate, with Sylve as well. This is going to be really difficult. Arrow lands onto Azok, that's massive! Oh my god, the front line are going. One arrow. Kex is a legend. Oh, Kex. Kex, you make me so happy. That's huge. They have no healer now for this defense. Like, that's the dream. If you were going to pick someone for free, it's the mouth.
Yeah, especially against Sylvanas and Hanzo, where they're doing so much poke damage, so much little chips here and there. But Ali Blabard, now with the temporal loop, does have the bunker absolutely available and uses it just for safekeeping. Now, everyone else is getting in there. The red team just has to play for space. This Earthquake actually very good from Virus, making sure that they can't close down any of that space, and they're going to keep their keep. However, it is not going to be a very healthy keep whatsoever, Luca.
No, they're choosing not to overcommit here, and instead they're going to take this fort out, which is a fantastic rotation. They know they're quicker. They know they've got the time. Mouth isn't up for 2 more seconds. I do feel like I need to make a quick PSA. If you're in a bunker, you can't be looped. The red team seem to be bunkering after loop, which is okay. But if you just bunker before, it's better because you don't put the bunker on top of where the damage is going to be. It's like, you're not on the map when you're in the bunker, right? Oh my god, Johanna's dead. Ho ho ho. Really? Oh, that was not pretty. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was not pretty if you were the Johanna. Oh, and that's great for Muradin as well. Oh.
Really good follow-up here from the red team.
The front line. Oh, man, I love Kex.
They're doing super well, and now they just pulled the trigger on all their ultis there to kill Johanna, just almost instantaneously. And then finding Chromie, just the icing on the cake for them. Now they're shooting down this top wall, just making sure that there's damage available. Don't think they're going to be able to get much on the keep, but they may be able to get some unless they overstay. 20 seconds still until Johanna goes up.
Part of me would have preferred to see them instantly run towards the top side, but maybe they didn't have the time. They wouldn't have had the wave. They do have Sylve there. I think top keep would have been more realistic, and when it's realistic you can commit for it, because running away from a fort that's dead is a lot safer than running away from a fort that's half, although maybe this is realistic. It looks like they are just going to take it, so that's kind of fine.
Yeah, the Earthquake used to try and slow them down. The retreat is there. They catch the Muradin mid-jump. The pull comes out from Dope Blink, but Johanna not quite ready with the follow-up to slow down the retreat. The call is made, and VIP may be thinking that they don't have 20. They can't take these risks too early. It's a tough one, as you know, the Blues are going to be happy with just taking some race. They've got the blink down Sylvanas. They've got the extra stun on Hanzo. They can play quite happily from range.
The pull-out is quite nice, but the cooldowns they burnt to get it are probably not quite worth. Still, there's something to be said. Like, one less pull is a good thing. Halftime achieved by the red team. That's unfortunate for the blue team. They're going to need to push up now. This is also not the spawn they would have wanted.
No, and pushing up they do indeed. I mean, they might be able to soak a little bit of bot lane. They found Muradin. They've put temporal loop here just to get that nice stun. They can maybe try and find something, but the pull is available. The silence comes out onto Cassia. It's really good. Bunker popped for Blaze. He is so low in the roots underneath. It's superb. Blaze gets killed. This is exactly what the blue team need to be able to try and get their claws right back into that game that they had so desperately close earlier. Holy Chicken falling lower, 200 HP. Virus looking to try and find something. Maybe trying to find that Q. It goes on to... It didn't blink through. Don't blink. Virus. Trying desperately, but instead the blue team are going to take this Immortal Luca.
It's going to go down the bot side, so I want to see them do their hard cap now, and they're going to do it. This is worth if they can get it. If it was going top side, this probably isn't worth being on the map for, but it's not, so it is. They are going to get it. That's all good. Blaze dropped so fast. I think they need to be more casual and safer. Like they just didn't need to fight.
They had level 20, Luca. They had level 20.
They did have level 20, but they also have so much map control that they could just wait.
They were caught with their trousers down a little bit. Holy Chicken was stood over a time trap for quite some time. Obviously not realizing it, and the blue team did a great job using that surprise. Now with those level 20 they can try and find something. We do have Indestructible from Johanna. The Earthen Shields from Thrall though is going to be the absolute saviour, as well as the Valkyrie upgrade, which just roots, stuns, silences everyone in its path, and that means the Hanzo goes down. One of the key heroes, your favourite, your #1 man is gone, and this is what Vacation and Purgatory need. They want to put the pressure on, they want to get this keep. Can they find something more? Avatar jumps in, they're trying to find the bomb as well. Out comes the Wailing Arrow, trying to follow up onto Thrall. He's just stunned, he's silenced, we can't move, but a good interrupt here onto Muradin. Can the blue team find something? Don't blink, has to be so careful positioning that far forward, Luca.
They've got just enough damage on this Immortal that the end isn't guaranteed, but that stun on Don't Blink is super rough. They're low. This game is definitely losable from here. JSMJ has to be really careful. 40%, 30%. The stun from Muradin is big. They're going to get one. Is it enough? It's really close. They're going to get out the Malfurion as well. I don't think it's enough. They're transparent. It's going to be Vacation in Purgatory taking the first map. Oh, that... It's hard for me to say these words. But that Valkyrie on the Hanzo was so good. That was... Supernova won his team the game there in one button click.
One button click. Clicking on the Hanzo. Silencing Anduin. Preventing the pullout as well.
It was perfect. It was the dream. It was so well executed. I still love my boy though. It's not going to change.
Still love you, boy. Well, whoever bet on the Rantners, unfortunately, Calypso, you've lost 600 points. VIP are the winners. No matter what, here we will pick the answer. We'll pick the winner. Yeah, they've taken game #1 here on Battlefield Insanity after such a close battle. They were taking down the structures earlier, but as he said, the Rantners just had that kill advantage, which really enabled them to sort of snowball that later game. VIP. Superb Valkyrie. Finding the kill on Blaze earlier.
Beautiful play out. Yeah. To be fair, beautiful play out of VIP at the end there. A lesser team would have crumbled once they started to see their advantage vanish. It's very difficult when you're winning and then you start losing to find the drive to sort of, win again. Especially with the cleanness that was coming out from the Rantners. There were, I think, 6 kills dropped in that entire game, and 3 of them were in the last 10 minutes. Last 2 minutes. But yeah, no, very, very well done there by VIP. And we're going to go in for a second map now, Trans. And the Rantners are discussing what they want to do, which is just cheating, Like who the hell discusses? Just make it up as you go along.
Come on.
We don't do thinking here.
You've got Sky Temple. Or you've got the other one.
Ultrac Pass. Ultrac Pass is the other one, Trans. Yeah. I'm not even paying attention, and I half remembered that. I'm regretting the half remembered because I was fully expecting it to be wrong, but it wasn't.
I mean, I know someone loves Ultrac Pass, and that name is Azok because he basically calls them Azok Pass. Is it Azok Pass, basically?
Interesting.
But yeah,
well, maybe he will pick Azok Pass.
What were the Rantners gone for then? I don't know which match.
There's still no decision. We're in 20. Oh, I got pinged there. Did you not get pinged there?
No, they didn't ping me.
Because Kex loves me. It's mutual. It turns out. That's what we learned from this stream here. Luca doesn't just love Kex. There's ship it. Lukex. Oh my god, that even works.
Lukex.
Holy shit. Right, well, he's going to end up casting with me. That's what's happening this season. It's just going to be a whole... No one show him this. Don't let him watch the replay, because frankly, at this point, I've embarrassed myself. Trans will delete the VOD. It'll all be fine.
First pick is going over to the Rantners, though. Choosing to ignore.
Oh, it's the right call. It's the right call. And Azok is going to go for the Azok pass. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
Surely. If there's an opportunity to play Ultrac pass, Azok will take it.
I mean, first he thought I was Pets. Now he thinks I'm Shirley. Trans doesn't even know who I am. That's a classic bit of British banter there.
Surely you can't be serious.
Oh, but she is.
Buckeyes wanted Black Hearts Bay. Unfortunately, that wasn't in thing. Welcome everybody who is joining us today. We've got an incredible amount of viewers, and it's lovely to see you all. This is the Nexus Rumble. It's a weekly series every Monday at 20 CET. And currently, they're best of twos because they are trying to compete for points in the table. They get 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. So right now we're seeing if the Rantners can take on Vacation in Purgatory. If you want to play, you can do !Rumble. And that will take you to the information page about the Nexus Rumble.
As Trans and I were discussing this as an innovative and creative format. So innovative and creative that CCL started copying us, because as we know, no other tournament ever has had a best of 2 before. That's fact-checkable.
It's actually, no, it's Masters Clash that copied us.
Masters Clash copied us. Never mind. Sorry, CCL, for the defamatory statements there. Yeah. I know you don't know who we are, so it'll be okay. Masters Clash copied us. Do they? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Who from CCL watches the Nexus Rumble, Trans?
I'm sure someone from... I know some people. I know some people.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. Kex has given us the old Ultrac pass dropped there. I don't know if we said that, but it's going to be Azok pass.
Is Ultrac pass. Mm-hmm. Yes, here we go. Yeah, Chromie could be up on this map. Do we think... Lots of people were saying how we are going to see the ban on the Anduin. Is that something you agree with, Luca?
Honestly? I don't know. Like, the light bombs with Muradin were really good, but I actually think it was the arrow into arrow that was winning fights. I think that you could change that out for pretty much any tank that has sensible follow-up and it would have been fine. Like, I think if you just paired it with an Apocalypse, it would have worked, or an Anubrak, that would have been fun. We might see an Anduin ban, because people like banning Anduin, because as you were saying earlier, he is quite hotly contested, but I don't think he was winning them the game. That might just be because Kex was playing a different hero. I'm willing to once again accept my own bias, but that's not going to stop me from changing my own bias, you know?
Cool, and I've been made host again, so...
Oh yay, I'm named in the casters. Fantastic. I'm not Pets. I'm sorry for anyone who I disappointed by not being Pets. There is a minor pitch-based difference in our register. You might have been able to pick it up. I'm already half an octave lower than I normally am because my throat's dry and I can't be bothered to get up. Pets, on the other hand, slightly different register. You might have noticed, you might not have done. Maybe this will blow your mind next time you hear Pets next to me. You'll be like, whoa, they're actually not the same pitch. And yeah. Just like...
So, as at Ultrac Pass, Luca.
Mm-hmm.
Camp's very important.
Yeah.
Junkrat.
Well, one particular camp, very important. Do it when it comes up. Junkrat, good. Hogger. I love some Hogger on pass. Greymane's actually quite good. Slept on a little bit. What a lot of people do on Ultrac Pass, this is going to sound like I'm being wrong, but hear me out. A lot of people on Ultrac Pass try and get the objective, and that's not a good idea. If you're committing 5 people to one portion of the map for like 40 to 50 seconds, you don't get enough value from it. They can just kind of put someone in there who's going to stall it for the first 20, and then they can put just enough threat there to make it look like they're going to try and cap it back, so you have to keep at least 4 people there, and then they can absolutely ravage your lanes, and if you don't die from, like, if they don't die, you don't match their value.
Yeah, and this is all about getting some value. That's what the V actually stands for. It's value in Purgatory. Not Vacation in Purgatory. They're looking to try and get value here, as the Rantners, of course, have first pick this time. Maybe something a little bit spicy will come out. You know, we had the Johanna let through and picks up the VIP. Obviously on BOE, not as important, but here on Ultra Pass, I do not expect it to make it through the draft.
You think? I don't know. I think there are worse poisons out there nowadays than Johanna. I'm actually quite happy when my opponent first picks Johanna most of the time. It means they haven't first picked something that's going to actually kill me. Just something that I'm going to struggle to kill myself. Hansa, yeah, my boy Kex, he's unplayable, man. Unplayable. Truly unplayable on that Hansa. They had to ban it. He's insane. He's a legend. Everyone loves Kex.
Absolutely. Now with the next draft coming in here, the next ban coming in, we do see the opportunity for a Chromie ban here. Sensible stuff, as that Chromie did do a lot of damage, a lot of value with the temporal loop as well. Although obviously the Cassia was sort of the nail in the coffin. The Chromie was definitely the one that built it. And the Sonya being a ban here, very interesting.
Yeah, no, that is definitely an interesting ban. Sonya is like... She's like Hogger with training wheels, right? She does things that Hogger does slightly less well, but it's much harder to accidentally int your position and die.
Yeah.
And so on this map, she fills that role very well. She's very good as being almost Hogger. And taking that away, especially if it's a comfort pick, makes a lot of sense. But the first pick to Haka suggests that maybe the Sonya ban wasn't the way. Unless they play 4-man Sonya, in which case they're literally my favorite team in this tournament, and we can all go home.
Yeah, well, Adblabla obviously played Blaze last time. Picking up to Hacker here, it all makes very much a lot of sense. So now, obviously, on the other side, they've got the Falling Sword Light Bomb combo if they so want it with the Anduin. I'm sure Azok reluctantly picked it, but on the other side, Junkrat and Variant. Now, the Variant, obviously, the taunt can be pretty good. The Junkrat helps a lot on this map as well. However, with the Anduin on the other side, it could be danger sort of area, because that pull is going to be pulling people out pretty consistently. Now, in terms of bans, it's got to be a healer ban, right?
Here, Rhaegar, surely.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be Rhaegar. I don't know what else you can. There it is. I think they need more damage. Like, Kex has to play something quite bursty, I think. Now they've committed to Varian, because as it stands, they don't kill Johanna. They've got healer to pick still, and they've got damage. Their healer, the Brightwing, is looking very likely. If they can play Lucio, it's grand. But voting for Lucio in any draft ever, unless you have, you know, one of the best Lucio players in the world on your team, is always a little bit monka. Brightwing is just a safer, more rounded option. Although, if we don't see any dive here, that's not dive. If we see an offlaner here that can't punish it, Ana is a very plausible option. And they could go something like Ana Mephisto.
No, Ana on this map is kind of very, very scary. It's very gankable, and you know, you're not nicely in a safe place all the time. Ragnaros, not a big dive though, so you know it is potentially an option, but I wouldn't suggest it. So still available.
I don't think the red team are looking to be the aggressors though, right? They've got Dahaka to push off lanes, they've got Junkrat to poke, so they like the Ana shouldn't ever have to step up too high. I like it. I like the Ana here. I'm going on record with it. I like the Ana here. They went for the Brightwing. I respect it. It's the safe call. I liked the Ana though.
No, you never. No. Trust me, Luca. You never want to play Ana on Ultra Pass. It is a spell for doom. I'm telling you this as someone who has done it many times, and well, I say many times, a couple of times, because then I realized it was terrible. So
I guess they have got the smash in the Falling Sword.
Yeah. So Lorthalan, now to last pick here. We're expecting something interesting, and it's a Zagara. I believe this is a special of Lorthalan as well.
I think Dahaka holds Zagara, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
So you think the hacker
holds off Zagara?
Yeah, a little, but I think can be bullied certainly in lane. Obviously, there is the Rag still available, so this is definitely no sort of like a big old macro play. You've got Rag, you've got Kel'Thas, you've got Zagara, lots of wave clear on the other side. On the other side of the team, though, you've got double globals. That's going to be a tough one to beat. I'm going to get that prediction up straight away for you guys. It's going to be a quick prediction. It's going to be a nice little 2 minutes. So it'll have 1 minute 40 when you hear this.
Is it gonna be the blue team booers who are able to take this map, or will the fantastic red team, yay, we love you, be able to take one back in this series? Again, your favorite unbiased caster Luca here, giving equal chances to both sides. I do like the falling sword light bomb into Sulfurous Smash, but I'm just worried it's gonna be Lava Wave.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see as we go into game number 2 here on the Nexus Rumble. And it is here on the right-hand side, in the red. It is Luca's number 1 person. It is Kex on Sylvanas. Ali Blah Blah featuring here on Dehaka. Jetsam J on the Junkrat. Jetsam J Junkrat. Holy Chicken on the Varian. And Don't Blink on the very blinky Brightwing.
And stole my team, man. Your blue side, Vacation in Purgatory. We've got Lorithalion on that Zagara. Madmoth is your Johanna. Virus is going to be the Ragnaros. We've got Supernova on his Kel'Thas, a favorite of his. And Azok is going to be playing the Mandarin, also known as the Boy Child.
Yeah, so with this, they're looking to just get a little bit of extra pressure from the Sylvanas at the bottom. They may be able to get themselves a kill, and they do indeed. Kegs, really good work here from the red team, and using Don't Blink as well to come down and just top up. They're going to be getting themselves that early little bit of siege damage, which it's not a lot, but the kill is enough to dissuade some XP around and about on this map.
It's a fantastic rotation from the red team, but they do really have to send someone mid urgently because Darker can't leave it, and that's meaning they're missing that top wave. He's going to have to dig right top, I think. XP is lost. They got the kill, so it's fine, and they got a lot of value in the bot side. But this was really close to being a fantastic execution. They've got trait back again, though, and they're still going.
Yeah, they are still going ham and hard. And there is a bush available if they want to burrow down here. But Zagara will be pushing back with those infested minions here, we see.
Oh, Holy Chicken may be in trouble here. Nice route from Azok. Supernova following up. The Q not quite in time. And Kex is like, you're in a slow zone, friend. 70% of Supernova's health went missing. MIA, if you've seen Supernova that's health ball, please report to your nearest authority. Junkrat is going to go start a camp now.
Yeah.
Riding and Varian going up to help. I'm hoping Varian's going to get the wave. Yeah, that's my boy. Just safe rotating. Love to see it. What do you feel about Infest Sagara?
Infest Zagara is a little bit unusual, and it sort of obviously says to me that they are going to be playing for the map. They're going to be playing big and delayed. The problem is the Junkrat is on the other side, not on their team. So in terms of delay, it's going to be a little bit lacking. And of course, they have that Dehaka, who you sort of say staves them off, but I think it sort of just reduces it to a slow push rather than a hard push. And actually, with Infest, it might be a little bit tricky.
I thought Dehaka can put genuine kill pressure on Sagara. I think his W denies creep, so she doesn't get move speed in lane, and there are enough bushes that he can get on top of her. And I think that's how he plays this lane. And I think something like a Blaze struggles a bit more, because Zagara can kind of walk around his E, and if he can never E her, then he's in trouble in lane. But I think Dehaka has enough move speed that he's maybe fine. But then maybe Blaze can win. I don't know. I don't play enough Zagara.
Yeah, it's a tough one to know. It's a tough one to know exactly what's going to happen, and Kex is looking to try and put some deadly pressure on Lorithalion as they scuttle away on their creep. Meanwhile, this first fort already 0.5%. 50% down. Really good sort of split damage here coming out from the Rantners.
Mm-hmm. There's an underutilized fact in lower leagues. The best split pushers in the game are not the heroes the game designed to be split pushers. Azmodan is not a very good split pusher. He's an acceptable split pusher, but Sylvanas, who I guess technically was designed to be, Greymane, Anubarak, stuff like that, they split push better. And so yes, the blue team have the heroes that you look at and instantly go, oh man, that's going to be a split push. But this Junkrat right now, he does insane split push. That wave evaporates instantly. He's super safe and he can AA down the building. And although they've had to give the starting cap phase, they've taken a whole fort for it. This is probably more value than the blue team will get even if they full cap the objective. Which it is looking likely that they will at this point.
Yeah, Kex in a little bit of trouble here though as Virus puts on some pressure here. The blue team, once again, doing really well around the objectives. However, they are losing elsewhere on the map and technically in kills, even though there is only one kill so far in this game. But with the channel coming through, the red team able to get this with 2.4 seconds. Of course, they do have that level 7 talent advantage.
This is so big for the red team now, though, because what has essentially happened is the blue team gave a bot fort and 2 waves and got nothing for it. Right? They currently have nothing to show for what they gave up. If the red team now just push their advantage of 5, they have made a strict gain in the past minute. They've only got things, they haven't lost anything. Kex needs to be careful that he doesn't spread that bomb. Varian does need to be a little bit safe. Virus is in the backline. He's going to get taunted, licked. The nice pull there comes out. So he will be okay, but Anduin burns that cooldown. The Hugger is low, never mind, he's got essence. He's going to come back up. Johanna is going to fall here. Virus is falling low on that Ragnaros. He's the second to go down. The bombs are spreading, but it's not going to be enough. And my boy is in red, man. They're not letting me down this game. Oh boy, are they not letting me down this game. I love it.
It looked close at one point, but then Johanna's health just dropped, just kept falling, and ultimately that was the weakness that the red team were able to exploit. Find that little bit of push where they can just do whatever they want and find the chink. And yeah, they found that chink in the armor, brought it wide open, and are going to be able to try and confirm this objective for themselves in just under 10 seconds.
Find the chink is a bold call for a Twitch stream.
Well, if we just don't talk about it, it's fine. So, as we see a good little bit of the retake here, 2.4 seconds on both sides here, not able to get the disrupt from SMJ. And actually, Ali Blabber is turning around, but Mammoth does get the kill. It's 1 for 1. They're looking to try and get the kill onto Holy Chicken. The cleanse comes out from Dope Blink as well, keeping them alive. This is so neck and neck, but level 10's just around the corner for the red team here right now.
The important difference this time is the red team, for their entire time spent capping, lost nothing, right? They didn't lose even a wall somewhere in the lane. They built themselves enough space that they were legally allowed to go and get there. And so now the objectives look even. Fine, they didn't get much value from that time, but they're much closer to 10, and they still have that forward advantage. And oh, Supernova, a little bit over aggressive there. The level 10s come in. The Kalthus is dead, and this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see Taunt with Mind Control to follow up. I really like this sort of little combo they can try and do. Is a little bit of Taunt and then another sort of CC that really displaces the enemies. Can be very, very effective here in this thing.
I would say that into Anduin not having the arrow means you can't deny pull, which might prove rough, but they've got so many things that have to be pulled that maybe it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the Anduin could technically go Holy Word Salvation now. Technically.
Junkrat just denies it with his ult.
Yeah, a lot of
and his W.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's potential.
He's done it.
He's gone for it. He's gone for it. It's not ideal, but it's not in-ideal. You know, there's no easy peasy weasy counter. So actually, you know,
all Darker's buttons, all Junkrat's buttons, pretty much, and Taunt.
It's just some buttons. Not enough for you. It's just some buttons.
Darker's E as well. Darker has 3 separate buttons.
We also have Lava Wave available.
I don't like that. It makes me sad.
Lava Wave coming out here right now.
Because, like, what late game are they playing for?
The Zagara. Infest minions.
But they're going to be playing into probably Manny Riptires and a 10-second mind control. I don't think they're favoured at 20.
Infest. As we see, we can check the siege damage that Zagara has done so far, and it is 18k. So it is not actually all that much.
That's very low, actually, isn't it?
Obviously, Rag gets a little bit of a helping hand by having a Lava Wave ability. But here, oh, it just misses onto Dome Blake. They try and find the combo, but they don't manage to do it. Now they're chasing down, trying to find Holy Chicken. Get a little bit of damage here. Are they able to get them out of here? Dome Blink blinks in, causes them to die, and it's a double kill, unfortunately, here for the Reds. But great stuff for the Blues, and now they can think about taking boss in the top.
But no one's going mid, and Dahaga's just been subtly pushing this in. Alibaba. Silver's now going to come along to finish that job, and with kills, they're going to trade top fort for mid fort. That's a beautiful piece of macro here coming out from the Rantners. This is making me very excited.
Yeah, and
I don't know if you can tell. I think you probably can tell. I'm very excited right now. This is how I want to see Alterac Pass played. It's pretty much been exactly what I called out in the draft. What I didn't want to see a team to do is what Rantners have managed to trick VIP into. Oh, Kex, you greedy little man. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's a legend.
He's gone for it. And on the other side of the things, the boss is there, and they can try and push down a little bit with Kalthas and Johanna. It's not going to be perfect pushing. And Zagara still on just, well, a couple of thousand siege damage there. By the way, maybe it scales lots into the late game, this build. maybe it scales lots. But yeah, 2 forts down, traded out for this boss, which is going to get this top fort, but not much more as the red team look to get this bot boss.
I think this is a mistake.
It's a risky play. Is it?
I think even if it works, it's not as good.
They've spent a lot of time. The Zagara scouted it out, Luca. The Zagara scouted it out. The red team are peeling back. They know it's on 50% HP. Are they going to try and continue it? Lower the line. No, it's been leashed. It's been completely leashed. The mind control out as well.
They gave keep wall for this. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I guess you can't make every macro call right. I was very excited for a long time then. That's my own fault. I was enjoying myself too much. It had to go. It's all fine. It didn't capitulate. We chilled. Very effectively chilled. Lost a little bit more in top than we should have. Nothing major. Dahaka's going to have to go and clear up mid now. The red team can't fight here. It looks like the Dahaka can come, but if he comes, they lose half of mid fort. So he really can't come, right? Like, that's illegal. Giving half of mid fort here. Holy Chicken needs to calm down. Kex as well. Do they not lose half of mid fort? Okay, well that camp did a lot less than I thought it would.
Well, Ali Blabber was just there to save the day, but the red team here positioning 4 versus 5 around this boss, and it means that the blue team don't really have a lot else to be. You know, they have been using lava waves to pick up the XP, and they're currently ahead in XP. Oh, it's a good pull from Azog here, pulling Mad Morph out of danger. But out comes Ali Blabber looking for the Anduin, and they find it. The stun is available. Anduin goes down, though, to a bomb, but Kex is going to be traded. Jetsam J is falling low as well from the bombs. Can anything be picked up here? Can they trade 2 for 1? No, it looks like it's 2 for 1 the other way round. Supernova very far forward as well. This is all going very, very endangered here. Everybody on every team, but ultimately the 2 for 1 advantage goes ahead here for the Blues, the Reds.
Rantners just a little bit too excited there by that potential kill, all grouping up, and Ragnaros plus Johanna on fully grouped enemies. It hurts. The Kalthus on top of it as well, and now the red team had to work out what they want to do. That Sylph is going to clear up the wave when she spawns. Holy Chicken is so low. They need their 16s. They're actually down in XP here. The VIP have done a very good job in these past couple of minutes of finding a way back into this game.
Yeah, and you know, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to be playing these big macro sweeping things, and although they've lost some of the forts, it's fine, because if the waves get pushed out, Rag can clean them up. But meanwhile, we see a lot of trading going on here, and Jahaka is going to be falling. No Essence, no healer available. Oh, and if Jetsam J goes down here as well, it is just lights out almost for the red team. Well, lights out, it's a bit early to call that, but you know, the blue team would find themselves in a very good position. However, without it, the blue team, they can take this objective for a little while, but I don't think it's guaranteed yet. They might want to consider what else they want to do on the map.
I'm sitting here as a very sad and very confused man. The Rantners spent the first 6 minutes of this game playing flawless macro. Their flawless macro led them to a fort lead and an objective. And then level 10 came around and they chose to stop playing macro and instead looking for team fights. And ever since they've made that decision, it's got worse for them.
Yeah, and they're really trying to find something now as well. They know Dahaka can burrow in, but yeah, Dahaka's already here, sorry. They've reclaimed the objective as sort of expected. And now this is where the blue team sort of thinks, okay, we sort of sat around that objective for quite some time, but what did we get? I think Mind Control actually lands onto Johanna, but it's the taunt in the backline onto Azog that is getting people in danger. Alibaba has to be careful. They burrowed in here with 0 essence. They're actually able to tunnel and claws away, but Holy Chicken is in danger now. Now with a good body block here, able to charge onto a teammate. Really good use of that talent. But the blast shield is huge, Luca. Can they find something? The root is there on Brightwing. The chain bomb lands onto Dahaka, and it's a nice 2 kill. Vacation in Purgatory might be digging themselves towards a win here, Luca.
Third time this has happened now, where the Rantners have seen the 5-stack of the enemy team. They don't have a good long-range engage, so they've just sort of run at them. Kelthas has put out all his damage, Rag has become a building and put out all of his damage, and it turns out that that's a lot of damage, and they've died. But the blue team don't have any engage either. Like, they don't have to run into them. There's no rule in this game that says if you see your opponents, you must run at them. And if Dahaka just goes and split pushes a lane, like, what are they going to do? Sure, you can lava wave it the first time, and then you have an 80-second cooldown that does very little now, or 120-second cooldown, And Dahaka keeps pushing your lane. If you peel someone off, then you're 5v4. Now we can go. But they keep overforcing, and they keep being punished for it. Yeah. And they need to stop.
Stop. Wait for your opponents to make a mistake sometimes. That is the way you can play it. Sun Tzu said this a long time ago, and VIP have absolutely been doing it. You know, they've been playing far back, the red team been forcing it. Even though they were basically ahead in structures, they just felt the clock on the top lane, and they felt the clock, of course, of Lava Wave pushing in. So with this, they're trying to throw out these abilities. Lothlorien and the rest of the blue team here pushing hard with a boss. With it, they're gonna get this this keep guaranteed.
Yeah, and the shape of the map is really desperately changing here now. The blue team have a huge lead. They actually do have end potential here. They don't appear to want to try. That's a full health boss and a rag building.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, there are structures available to take, and they can push down this mid one if they want to. You know, that boss is doing some damage, and they can't just let it do all the damage. But now they're rotating onto top, and I like that as well. I like the thoughts that they can try and pressure all the keeps right now, because it just opens the game up to ending if they get a good team fight later. Nice use of the protected here. It's going to get interrupted by the Riptide, but still, who cares? It just means that the Riptide does no damage. A good blessed shield onto them. They're pulled together. Kex falling lower and lower. Can the chain bomb takes down Varian? Can it take down any more? The Rag is in the fort, takes down Brightwing, and now the blue team can look to take down this mid keep, maybe take down top keep if they want, but essentially they are looking at core right now, Luca.
Very exciting game coming out here. This has to be the threat of the death push. They're not going to go for that top keep, it looks like. I like that decision. Junkrat is still up. It's a 3v5 with the Sylvanas and the Dahaka. They need a kill, and they need it now. They haven't got a healer here either. They have to go, the Ruin team. Like they haven't got time, and I think the blue team now have enough damage on Drexthar that he will not be able to survive this. The pull is just going to bring Johanna back to safety. Alibaba just about able to. No, he's not. He goes down. The bomb not able to kill Jess in Jane time because the game has ended, and that is 2-0-2 vacation in Purgatory. Very well played by them, taking down the most handsome and amazing caster in the Heroes Lounge, and indeed in all of Heroes of the Storm.
Yep, indeed, you're absolutely right. And quite frankly, I could have seen that going the other way. I absolutely could have seen that going the other way. You look at some of what happened in Game 1, the Rantners were very much in control towards the latter half of that game, but then Vacation and Purgatory stole it away. This one, they looked in control right at the start, but eventually with those level 10s and just that sort of way that they baited in, Vacation and Purgatory were able to strangle out the Rantners for a game number 2, winning the series here in the Nexus Rumble lower series.
Very, very nicely done. Very well played. Both sides, right? Fantastic contest. Both teams looked quite nicely and evenly matched. Both of them playing very well there. VIP just a little bit quicker to go for the jugular, I think. The Rantners got caught twice playing with their food. And their food came back to bite them in an aggressive way.
Yeah, it can be tough. Of course, if you want to take on any of these teams, you can make sure you sign up for the Rumble, !Rumble, and you'll get yourselves a little link that will take you to exactly all the information about the Nexus Rumble. It's here every Monday, 20 CEST, and it's good fun.
It is good fun.
So you can play here. You can play any skill level in the Nexus Rumble. We'll try and match you against teams of similar skill level, and then you get points winning. And as you sort of get more and more points, you may be put against harder teams than you sort of previously were. It's sort of a bit of a slow climb. There's going to be a grand final. There's going to be a semi-final, 2 semi-finals as well. It's going to be nice to see all of the teams popping out towards the end of the season. But Luca, that's it for tonight, isn't it?
That is indeed 4 fantastic maps, 4 brilliant teams, 2 really sad games where I had to watch Kex lose, but I'll be okay. I'll survive. It'll be all right in the end.
It will be all right. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. As I look to try and find a stream to host you over to, we have had a great one tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you do click us a follow if you enjoy sort of some casting content. We are always casting on this channel whenever we go live. It's going to be a cast of either an amateur game or a little bit more than an amateur game sometimes if we're very, very special. But yeah, Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I'm going to try and find someone who I know from Lounge is streaming. But who is it? Who is it, Luca?
I'm gonna say Tofu, but she's playing LOL.
She is playing LOL.
No good, is it?
We could try and just make someone's day, you know.
Who's streaming HOTS? Who's streaming HOTS?
Well, anyway, we'll see. Well, what do you think about HOTS in the future of the game? Well, we are here. We're always going to be doing these tournaments for a long, long time, and I think there's strength in the amateur scene, and I think that's where Heroes of the Storm really shines.
Oh no, he was playing in Nexus Rumble. It's pre-finishing now. I don't know, Chance.
Right.
Oh wait, Poppin. Oh, but he was doing Rumble as well.
Yeah. Not many people streaming HOTS today. But we'll see.
Yasu is. Oh no, that's not Yasu. Never mind. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. It's always a pleasure. It's a bit of fun at the end of the day. I'm happy for our winners. Commiserations to the second places. But everyone had fun, and that's what winning really looks like. Apart from me, I was once again bullied on my Monday morning. At least it didn't work this time, so that was good. My voice actually died more than it normally does when I'm working, but go figure. But yeah, no, it was a nice one. Thank you for everyone who came, joined in, rumbled with us. We hope we get a few more teams signing up for the Rumble as the season progresses. We do tend to see more teams sign up the longer it goes on. The weeks tend to get a little bit bigger going into week 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, the more who can get in, the better. There's no commitment, guys. You're not signing your soul away. It's just 1 week, just one 4-map afternoon. If you really can only do 2, you can even message Trans and Azok and be like, "Hi, I wanna play, but 8 o'clock kind of early," and they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll do our best," because they're lovely, friendly, kind, friendly people. Even if they did beat Kex, one of them, and that makes me angry with them. But I'm putting that aside because I'm here for the team.
You're here for the team.
The Rumble, Nexus Rumble team.
The Nexus Rumble team. Well, we'll see you all next week, so please make sure you tune in next week, 20 CEST. But it's good night from us. Good night.
And good night from us. Good night.
Welcome to the Nexus Rumble. As Vidra is falling lower and lower, and Madmorph is going to try and get that down, but no, Lucius there with the healing, gets silenced, gets slowed himself. Vidra is able to get away, Tetracell as well. Red team really able to turn around. There's the taunt. Galgar is going to possibly fall themselves, but no! Instead, it's Arata who's going to get taken out by Johanna as well.
Pushing in, but Vidra now, Frost coming in, and Johanna is getting bursted, but the counter kill against Jet immediately taunt.